likely than you gave her.
We do need to talk to her. Well, we can try. We might have better luck than I did.
It may take some time to get through to her.
All right, see what you can find out. How many questions also? She's probably chopping on the socialize exactly like Gina, and if she was held captive the longest, she was certain.
Hello, Favor. Hi. Hi, welcome, guys.
Violet? My name's Jennifer.
Welcome. Welcome. Some finder. Alright, I will. I hope I remember, but I'll try after the talk. I'll check your page out. Thanks for joining. Okay, just wait for a few more people. I will start. Today we're talking about what to order when you eat out. So basically, how to stay on track when you know, are eating at a restaurant. Basically. Hello. Welcome, guys. Think about these things. Welcome. All right. I think let's just start. Okay. So I said today we're going to be talking about how to. Hey, Yella, hi, Christian Bennett. Hey, what's up? Hey, I said I've been saying in my head of this week. You're owing me. You're owing me. You know what you're owing me, Abby. Send it to. I keep forgetting. I remember I'll say I'll beat you and then I'll forget again. Anyways, so for those of us who are new, this is your first time watching my live video, or maybe you're going to catch the replay. My name is Odwire, and I am the face behind at Optimum TV. I am a nutritionist, I'm also a pharmacist, and I love helping people fall in love with food the healthy way for their health, for their body. So if you're trying to lose weight, Coffee's Cookhouse, hi. So you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to eat healthier for, basically live a healthy lifestyle for glowing skin, for all the amazing, amazing, amazing. Oh, thank you. All the amazing benefits of eating healthy. I am your go-to girl. All right. If belly fat will not let you shine, I can help you crush it. Okay. But today we're going to be talking about how to eat. How to stay on track even when you eat healthy. Of course, you will most likely not be eating every single meal that you eat, right? Some of them are going to be you're going to buy food. Some of it is going to be, you're going to be at a restaurant, you're going to be even at a party. What do you do basically? There are days when you're going to cheat, right? And you know that you're cheating, you're going to have fun and you're just not going to be bothered about the calories. But there are days when, for whatever reason, you couldn't make your food. The one that I hate the most is when you forget your food. That happens to me a lot. I would have prepared the food, it's packed, everything is nice, and then I go out and forget it. It's frustrating, and then of course I have to buy food after taking the time to actually make a food. Anyways, so the first thing when you think of restaurant food, unfortunately, many times, is sugar, fat, lots of fats or oil, and salt. Those are like one of the major three things that comes to mind whenever you think of eating out, which is sad, right? It's not exactly very, very fit found, but what do we do? Anyway, so my first point here is to plan. Now, fine, you didn't plan, you didn't actually cook food, right? You didn't have time to prepare the food, whatever it is that happened. But even if you decide to go and eat out, you still need to plan. So, firstly, the first question is which restaurant are you going to? Who are you going to go and buy food from? Secondly, what do you plan to buy when you get there? It's very, very very important. The same way you plan for your meals in your house, if you're going to eat out, it's just as important for you to plan. The reason is if you go there and you're still very confused, it kind of makes it easy for you to just order anything. So if it's possible, especially if it's somewhere that you already know. Now for a restaurant that you absolutely don't know, it might be a little more difficult for you to plan ahead. But I mean, if it's a restaurant you know, maybe somewhere that is close to your office or something, then you should plan ahead. All right. I'm not loud enough. Okay, let me remove my charger. Is it any better? I'm very sure I'm loud enough. There's most likely something else that is wrong. But I hope you can hear me now. All right, good. Okay. So what was I? Yeah. So I said plan. All right. Decide what you're going to have, and in deciding, thank you for the heart. And deciding what you want to have, the first step is in choosing your vegetable, whatever it's going to be. See, basically, the idea is for you to eat as closely as you would at home. Fine, you're eating in a restaurant, or it's not in your house, but you have to ensure that whatever choices you make is as similar to what you would actually do at home. Facial high, that is as similar as what you do in your house. So the first rule is, what vegetables do these people have, right? Whatever vegetable it is, whether it's a foriro, whether it's a salad, whatever options that they have, that should be the first thing that you're looking for. All right, and I hope that you find. It's not all the time that you find, but hopefully they have something for you. Now, of course, as I said earlier, that with restaurants, the main issues are usually the fat, the salt, and the sugar, right? Now, for the fat, many times the vegetables or the salad, they've killed it with oil. So you have the foriro, it has a lot of oil. With the salad, it already has a lot of cream. So for the stuff that already has oil, now there's not much you can do about it. Or the stew, I always tell people, you can let them know to sieve out as much oil as they can before they put it in your plate. And then when they finally serve it, you can go the step further and try to mop up as much of the oil as you can from the plate. Because usually you see it literally swimming. Alright, so if you can visually see it, then try your best. Literally, take a tissue and get it out. Because even if you do well with the portions, that means you bought small rice, you bought small pounded yam or small whatever it is. With that oil there can still take the calories above, what is optimal if you're trying to lose weight. Okay, that oil, this is very, very sneaky. All right, it's just oil. It's not making you full or anything, but trust me, it is making the calories in that dish so much higher. All right, sometimes the oil alone can be the same amount of calories as every other thing that you're eating. That's how bad it can be. Okay, so you really want to be careful with that. If they have a salad that is not already mixed, go for that. Now, I'm always talking about, hello Serafina, I'm always talking about Chicken Republic, and whenever I go there, because there's so many of them, and I really like their chicken salad, and the reason why I like and buy it is because the cream isn't already mixed. Okay, I can make the cream myself. I rarely ever buy their normal salad. Their normal salad, the cream is already mixed, and I can tell you that it's a lot of cream. In fact, to make matters worse, it's not just cream, it is mayonnaise. And mayonnaise, I did a post recently on the calories in dressings. Mayonnaise is high. All right. In fact, your normal Heinz salad dressing is better than mayonnaise, right? So like a teaspoon of your normal Heinz salad dressing is about 45 calories, right? But for mayo, it's about 90. So it's a very big difference. And many of the time, that's what they're using mayonnaise, and they've mixed so much. So sometimes you're better off, while it's good and you want to have a salad or a vegetable with your meal, sometimes depending on the amount of cream that they've put in it, sometimes you're actually better off not having it at all. Okay? For mayo, if you want to do mayo, you need to do small, right? Or you're doing the low-fat version. But low-fat version is not very popular. It's not very popular. I found it, I think, only once in all my shopping since this is my healthy food. I think I found it only once. I think it was even a shop. I can't remember what store. But it's not something I see. You might find low-fat regular salad dressing, but that mayo low-fat, it's really not popular. Anyways, sometimes I was saying that sometimes you're actually better off not taking the salad at all. literally, because of the amount of cream that is already in there, and therefore the amount of calories in it is just not, it's not worth it anymore, so to speak. All right. So try to ensure that you're picking a salad that isn't already mixed. So even if it's mixed, it's little. It's not even that sweet. I like mayo. I feel mayo is nice, Joe. I really like mayo. Just that you have to use little. All right, moving on. And I said earlier, so for the stew, for the F4, as much as possible, let them, try to get them to sieve out. You know how they take it now with the spoon to try and just help you sieve out as much oil as they can before they put it on your plate. And then for the extra, you can try to mop it up with a tissue. So that's the first thing. Ensure that you have a salad, a kind of vegetable by the side. If you don't have a vegetable, of course, likely, then there's nothing you can do about that one. Moving on. So let's move on to the carbs. So either you're buying rice, you're buying the swallow, you're buying, you're buying porridge, whatever other carb that you're buying. Now, the same rule applies. The same small quantity you would eat at home should still apply, right? Many times, the portions that they sell, many times is way more than you need. I think right now, things have become much more expensive, but let's just use a typical buka, right? I think 100 naira rice in a typical buka now is a fair enough quantity of rice, all right? Is a fair enough quantity of rice. If it's possible for you to order extra vegetables, do so. Because if you were at home, I posted eba and efo today. If you look at that post, you can see just how much efo is in that plate. It's a lot. As in, by the time I finished the eba, I still had efo that I was eating, right? So that's just how it works. You have to have that amount of vegetable because the amount of carbs you're going to be having is going to be small, and you need the vegetables to, to keep you full, so you're not hungry. Hey, Adject Medic, my one and only doctor. All right, so if you can ask for extra vegetable, if you have to pay for it, but ensure that the carbs you're doing is small. And then sometimes the way the carb is served, it's already like that. Like, you can't reduce it. So for example, if I go to Chicken Republic and I decide to buy their jollof rice, it's already packed in a container. I can't tell them to give me half. All right, I have to buy it like that. If I'm going to have to buy it like that, then I'll probably maybe want to reduce the quantity. And usually the rule that you just need to follow when it comes to that one is, if you know that the food that you're buying is most likely, the portion is likely too much. Sorry, not too small, too much. It's most of the time it's always too much. Ask for a takeaway plate. Like, even though you're going to eat at the restaurant, you can just ask for a takeaway plate right away. So that once you get to your own table, you can take out what you're not going to eat. Maybe the portion is, maybe it's even double the portion. You want to divide it into two. And just immediately just put it into the takeaway pack. The reason is, it's difficult for you to not eat food that is already on your plate. I always tell people, even in your house, it's better for you serve yourself small. If you serve yourself large, you most likely finish it, because the food is just there in front of you. And who doesn't like food? We all like food, right? So as much as possible, if you already know this place I'm going to, the portions are large, it's most likely more than what I need. Once they give you your food, ask them that you also need, you will like a takeaway pack. Let them give you the takeaway pack, so that once you sit down and you are about to start eating, you can take out what you will not eat, right? And just keep in takeaway pack, so that at least you're faced with the one that you will actually eat in front of you. Okay, so I think that's it for carbs. And your carbs should not be, a simple rule, it should not be more than a quarter of your plate. So the plates that they used to serve you, no more than a quarter. All right. If you cannot do the takeaway thing, try and not finish the food. I always tell people sometimes, depending, if you're going on a date, you're going on a nice night out, wear something that's a little tight. All right. So at least, hopefully, the fear of your tummy protruding too much will keep you in check. By the time you feel your clothes stretching, you rethink it, and you probably, hopefully, that will help you stop eating. All right. It works for me sometimes. Yeah. I cannot wear one really nice snug dress and overeating is not letting my stomach. No. I think once I feel the dress stretching, that's enough for me to know I need to stop. All right. Another thing that can help you to to curb the urge to eat more is to drink water. Drink water before your meal, drink water during your meal. All right, water is bay. Water is bay. All right, so drink water even before you start eating. It's very, very important. Don't go to a restaurant overly hungry. If you go there and you're overly hungry, just drink water first. All right, and of course, when it comes to your choice of drink, you can't come and order food and then order Coke. Of course, I think that one is a no-brainer. Nobody has to tell you that one. Hello, Koyemi. All right, leave the Coke. You know, sometimes they do these combos. I mean, there are all these packages, and sometimes it comes with free drink. Don't fall for it. In a way, it's like the food industry has made it such that you would overeat. Sometimes the calories that you can have in one meal is the amount of calories you should have all day. You will not realize it. It's not as if the food is too much sometimes. All right? So you need to be very, very careful. Sorry, people are wondering, why am I not losing weight? I'm eating only twice a day. I'm eating only once a day. But, you're not realizing that once a day that you ate at one restaurant was all the calories you're supposed to have that day. But then in between, you snacked on granola, you snacked on some other things. So it didn't seem like a lot of food, but you're still not losing weight. And you're wondering why. Because weight loss is not just about quantity of food. It's also about the quality and the calories. All right. So if you're still consuming more calories than you need for weight loss, there's no way that it's not magic. There's no miracle that wants to happen. You will not lose the weight. Okay. So you can literally be even hungry at some times during the day, and maybe even skipping some meals, and you're still not losing weight. It's because those meals that you happen to have had too many calories. That's just it. So you need to check it. All right. So I mentioned about your drinks. Most likely just go for water. And more water, or worst case scenario, go for a 0-calorie drink. So maybe they have a Diet Coke, or they have sans cream soda, or some shirts in the high, or something like that. All right, definitely a drink is a no-no, because most likely, of course, the most ideal thing is for you to cook your own food. That's always number one. But I mean, we will always find ourselves in situations where that is not the case. All right, thank you guys so much for the heart. All right, and when it's not the case and you're trying to make do with the restaurant food that you're buying, it's still a little hard to to still stay in the right calorie range. So you're trying to avoid anything that will add any unnecessary calories, and so the drinks are just a no-no. All right, stick to water, or worst case scenario, as I said, do a 0-calorie drink. All right, now what's my next point? So we talked about the vegetables, we talked about the carbs. Let's about protein. Your protein option cannot be fried. Like literally, depending on the part, if you're doing like a chicken or something, even when it's not fried, you likely want to remove the skin. All right, remember that because it's a restaurant that you're buying this food from, there are already things that you cannot control. So for example, something like the oil, fine, you've put in some effort to remove as much oil as you can. Maybe you took some of it out with some tissue. You ensure that they didn't put too much of the oil in your plate when they were serving your food. Fine, you have done that. All right, but it's most likely still won't be as ideal as what you would have prepared in your house. So as I said earlier, any other sauce that you have control over, you need to get rid of it. So if you're getting a chicken, most times they always leave the skin on, right? Remove the skin. And of course, even before we talk about removing the skin, you're ensuring that it is not what's the word now? It's not fried, right? Frying it can literally double the calories. Literally. It's the same amount of chicken, it's the same quantity of fish, the same quantity of beef. But if I'm having the boiled one and somebody else is having the fried one, that person is likely consuming double the calories that I'm consuming. Even though quantity-wise, we are literally eating the same thing. All right? And that's why I said sometimes it's not just about quantity. All right? It's between quantity and quality. And on quality, I'm talking about how healthy is it? Is it fried? How much fat is in it, and so on and so forth. Okay? So for the fish, for whatever protein that you're buying, just ensure that you are not buying a fried version as much as possible. I know some of these tips are not doable at every restaurant all the time, but try. I know many places, most bookers, I don't think they fry their meat. I know some do, but I know many actually boil their meat. I mean, I'm a White House person, right? I still went there recently, and I know that they boil their meat. They don't fry it, right? So you should still be able to find options. Okay. All right. So that's for protein, and then I already mentioned, I already mentioned water. All right. I mentioned the liquid part of it, and I'm still going to repeat that my other tip. If you still want to do fine girl, I'm hoping that if you're if you're a vain person, that will help you keep you on track, so to speak, so you don't overeat. The thing about restaurant bought food is the way that it is, and it's done on purpose. It tastes so good. As I said, salty. Many times it has a lot of spice, and it's on purpose. It's to make you keep coming back. It's to make you want to eat more. All right. So you need to be careful. You need to be very, 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 very intentional. But I think the last thing I would say is try to cook your own food. All right. Restaurant food will never be the best most of the times. We can only manage it. Okay, but as much as possible, try to make your own meals. So I think I'm just going to give some examples. Literally, I actually personally don't eat out very frequently. I tend to make most of my meals, but the few places I do go, I mentioned Chicken Republic, right? Now, Chicken Republic, I'll tell you what I buy and how I buy it. It's actually what's the word now? It is fit farm. That means if you're trying to lose weight, the calories will be fine. Okay, so I'm going to just mention a few restaurants that I go to and how I buy the food when I go there, right? So my first one is Chicken Republic, and anytimes I like the moi moi and their chicken salad, but the moi moi do half. Don't eat the whole thing. So half of the moi moi and chicken salad. And for chicken salad, they're going to give you these small salad dressing packs. And what I do is you're going to measure a tablespoon or max. Just ensure you don't do more than one of that thing that they'll give you. It's in this tiny container. So they'll give you two. You're definitely not using two. Two is too much. Ideally, it should actually be a tablespoon, but max. Ensure that you don't go over. You don't do more than one, right? So that's one meal option that you can do. You can also do their rice and roasted chicken. Okay, they have fried chicken, and that's actually the cheap one, which I do buy sometimes, but you are trying to lose weight, so stay away from the fried chicken. Okay, and the roasted chicken it's amazing. All right. So, but the issue with the roasted chicken is that it's actually a quarter chicken, which is most likely more than what you need. So you want to probably divide that into two. So you can do their rice, half of their roasted chicken, right? I mentioned earlier that you should remove the skin, and then you can add their chicken salad. Don't buy the normal salad. They've mixed it with the cream already, and it's a lot of cream. Like, you can literally see the cream swimming under. It's a lot. Stay away from that thing. All right. So I think those are two things that I likely do in Chicken Republic. Oh my god, I like the spaghetti too. But what I usually do with the spaghetti, the spaghetti comes with this sauce thing. But the sauce thing, I drain the oil out as much as I can before I actually add the sauce. But even with that, I still feel like the oil is still usually a lot. So I don't know if that spaghetti one, I don't think that spaghetti one is very advisable if you're actually trying to lose weight. But I do like the spaghetti with the sauce and with the chicken. I always buy chicken salad. I never buy the normal salad. The last time I bought normal salad, they didn't have chicken salad, and I just decided, you know what, I'm not going to care today. But I always buy chicken salad because I can control the salad cream quantity. Yes, amala. Now I specifically go to White House. And how do you even sell that amala again? Yes, it is 100 naira. They sell one that thing. One of it is 100 naira. So the spoon is 100 naira, and I usually sometimes I buy two, but I don't finish it because it's actually much. I think so. It even depends on who I meet there. Sometimes they sell 200 naira amala and it's plenty, and sometimes they sell it and it's not as plenty. So I don't even know which to tell you, but max of 200. But I think 200 is actually too much. I think more like 150. Yeah, I feel like 100 naira is a little small, but then 200 is too much. You get what I mean? So usually I buy 200, but then I won't finish it, right? And then the stew. I think the stew is usually fair. Actually, White House. I'm speaking of White House. Their stew usually doesn't have that much oil swimming on it, which is why I love going there. And of course, I buy ewedu, and then I buy beef. So usually I'll buy a lot pomo. I have to buy pomo. So I'll buy like 2 pomo, and then I'll buy 2 pieces of beef. And usually that's usually fine. I think that's a fair meal if you're going to go and buy amala outside. If you're doing amala from, I've done this place before, Olaya. That's in Surulere. I know this will not reminisce. This will not. What I put it. This might not make sense to everybody. For those who it relates to, for Olaya, their amala is more expensive. So literally that one definitely 200. So my even of 300 is so small. I don't know that place. But yeah, so yeah, I think that those are the main places that I know I go to. The other things that I buy most likely are cheat meals, of course, for things like shawarma and all those ones. That one, if you're buying it, you know that you're cheating. There's no fit farm way around buying Domino's pizza or buying shawarma. All right. Of course, the only way you don't think you can do in that sense is to reduce the quantity. So if you're buying Domino's, you're eating 1 slice, literally 1 slice of medium-sized Domino's pizza is an entire meal. Literally, like if you want to eat lunch or you want to eat dinner, and for whatever reason you decided that's what you wanted to eat, 1 slice is about between 350 to 400 to 450 calories, depending on they have different flavors and different whatever's. Yeah, so literally 1 slice is your dinner or your lunch or whatever it is. That's all. So if you are still trying to be calorie conscious, but that is what you ended up eating, then you're not allowed to eat more than 1 slice. That's it. Except if you decided to you decided not to care. But if you still wanted to stay on track, so to speak, even though it's not really like that, because plenty fat, plenty salt, but calorie wise, no more than 1 slice. All right. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that is it. So if you have any questions, for me, let me know. Questions. If you just came, please, I'm going to make the replay available, so you can catch the replay. And yeah, that'll be up for, goodness, go away. That will be up for the next 24 hours. So if you have any questions, related to what we talked about, anything, let me know. All right. I don't think you have any questions. Okay, yeah, I have an awesome announcement. So my book is now available at some new stores. So if you've been trying to get it, just send us a DM. It's now available at Green Grill House in Lekki Phase 1, Team Care Pharmacy in Ilupeju, but basically it's in a lot of places. So just send us a DM and you can find out what stores are close to you and how you can get a copy. Basically, it is a guide on how to lose weight on Nigerian meals, and it's worked for so many people, so many testimonies that always make my day and make me happy that I actually decided to write the book anyways. You can check my highlights on my page for all the amazing testimonies and send a DM to get yours. It's just 2,000. There's also the ebook if you prefer the soft copy. So the soft copy is 2,000, hard copy is also 2,000. So just send me a DM or a WhatsApp message and I can hook you up. Alright guys, as I said earlier, if you're just coming, I'm going to have the replay up, so just ensure that you catch the replay. I think we can call it a night, yeah? Alright. Good night guys. Bye. Alright, see you guys next Tuesday, yeah. Bye.